From mud huts to millionaire, the unbreakable will of a boy named Kofi. A childhood in the dust. Kofi was born in a small village in Ghana, where the sun scorched the earth and water was more precious than gold. His family lived in a crumbling mud hut, and meals were often just a handful of maize porridge shared among 6 siblings. His father, a struggling farmer, would wake before dawn, his hands calloused from tilling the unyielding soil. His mother sold fried plantains by the roadside, her voice hoarse from shouting at passers-by all day. At age 6, Kofi started working, carrying buckets of water from a distant well, tending goats, and selling scraps of firewood. But even in poverty, he had a dream. Every evening he would sneak into the village schoolyard, pressing his face against the cracked window, listening to the teacher's words like they were drops of honey. One day the teacher caught him. Instead of scolding him, she handed him a broken pencil and a torn notebook. "If you want to learn," she said, "you must fight for it harder than anyone else." The price of knowledge. Kofi's father believed education was a waste of time. "Books won't fill your stomach," he grumbled. But Kofi persisted. He studied under the dim glow of a kerosene lamp, his stomach gnawing with hunger. When his father found out, he beat him, screaming that Kofi was betraying his family by dreaming beyond the fields. That night, Kofi ran away, barefoot, with nothing but a sack of stolen textbooks. He walked 40 miles to the city, sleeping under bridges and eating discarded fruit peels. Finally, he found a church, where a kind priest let him sleep in the storage room in exchange for cleaning. For years, Kofi worked as a street hawker by day and studied at night. He taught himself English from old newspapers, solved math problems in the dirt, and begged shopkeepers for used pens. The turning point. At 16, Kofi heard about a scholarship exam for a prestigious high school. He walked for 2 days to reach the testing center, his feet bleeding in torn sandals. When he sat down, his hands shook, not from fear, but from exhaustion. He scored first place. The scholarship changed everything. For the first time, he ate 3 meals a day. He studied so fiercely that his teachers wept at his essays. At 18, he won a full ride to a university in the U.S. Leaving Ghana was bittersweet. His mother hugged him, whispering, "Make the suffering worth something." His father, now sick and frail, could only nod, tears in his eyes. The rise in America. Kofi worked 3 jobs while studying engineering. He slept in libraries, wore thrifted clothes, and sent half his earnings home. After graduating, he created a startup to bring solar power to African villages, the same villages where children still studied by candlelight. Today, Kofi's company powers over 10,000 homes. He built schools, dug wells, and even reunited with his father, who finally whispered, "You were right to dream." The lesson. At a TED Talk, Kofi told the audience, "Poverty is not the end of your story. It's the fire that forges you. If you dare to want more, to fight even when your body begs you to quit, the world will have no choice but to make way for you." The crowd rose in a thunderous ovation. But Kofi wasn't looking at them. He was staring at a small boy in the front row, a boy with tattered shoes and hungry eyes, just like he once had. He winked. The cycle of hope had begun again. "This isn't just Kofi's story. It's yours. It's mine. It's everyone who's ever been told they're not enough. Success isn't a T about where you start. It's about how far you are willing to crawl, bleed, and rise. So tell me, what's stopping you? Like this story? Share it with someone who needs hope. Subscribe for more real-life triumphs.